Don't wear it.
It's flannel night. It's flannel night. It's flannel night on the pod. Okay, Adam, we're down here in the studio, ready to re-up and warm up on this bitterly cold podcast record night. We're dudded up in our best flannel. It's the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast.
It's flannel night, y'all.
Get your flans out. And we're talking about your flannels. We're not talking about your fennel.
Your flans.
Your fennel and your sausage.
Hispanic dessert.
Your
We're talking about shirts that look like lumberjacks.
We're a couple of average Joes trying to be your lumberjacks on this exciting, action-packed, star-studded
I'm actually the guy
Sewed.
from Beetlejuice.
Of the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast. Adam is Adam from Beetlejuice, who is played by Alec
None other than
Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Adam is Alec Baldwin. Is what I got from that.
From Halloween, maybe 3 years ago.
Halloween was a couple months ago.
But I wasn't Beetlejuice. I wasn't Adam from Beetlejuice 2 years, or this Halloween, past Halloween. I was Mulder. Fox Mulder.
He who also is notorious for wearing flannel.
No, he's not.
Well, I'm like the guy in Beetlejuice who also wore flannel, but not the same color as Beetlejuice. Was that a thing? Because Beetlejuice wore that suit that had lines in it that were black and white.
Symbolism.
Because
Ever hear of it?
Because he was trying to trick. Who's Adam's wife?
Gina Davis?
Yeah, what was her name?
Barbara Maitland?
Beetlejuice was trying to trick Barbara into thinking like, "Hey, I'm wearing your husband's flannel shirts here, Miss Lady."
Except he was wearing a striped suit. But I see where you're going.
Thank you. Well, Barbara didn't seem very smart. Actually, she read the book. I'm kind of upset about the movie that came out, the Beetlejuice 2.
You never saw it.
Why did it? Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Saw it with you.
You did?
Probably.
We talked about it.
I was kind of upset at the fact that they didn't make an appearance. Gina Davis, what's she doing?
You wanted to put Alec Baldwin
get an ask into it.
And Alec Baldwin would not agree to this. His head is nowhere near the size it was in 1988.
Oh, because he has a big ego now, huh?
No. Physically, the logistics, his head. What happened to his head? Look at him now.
Older people's heads grow. I'm in big trouble. The older you get, the bigger your head gets?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me right now.
Well, not for everybody, but...
Remember that cute kid from Show Me the Money? Jonathan Lipinski or whatever?
Show Me the Money. That movie was not called Show Me the Money.
It should have been.
It's called Jerry Maguire.
It should have been. Anyway, remember when he was all talking about the human head weighs 8 pounds or whatever?
Sure.
He had a big head.
His name's Jonathan Lipnicki.
Lipnicki. What's he up to these days?
He's very handsome, but his head is huge.
He's a 43-year-old.
Is that what you're going to go with? He's 34.
Oh, no.
How is that possible? Time out.
Time out.
When did that movie come out?
In the gate of roses.
We've covered too many topics already. 96.
We're going for a record. Let's get them all in.
He was 6 when
We've
the movie
already
came
talked
out.
about two great movies from the 90s.
Maguire.
Wait a minute. I'm sure maybe even Beetlejuice was like 89, though.
It was like, 88.
89. 88, 89. Said hud hike.
Yeah, but that kid's alive and
the kid from...
huge head.
Take care of your heads, everybody. Don't let it get too big. Stay grounded.
Using Stuart Little.
Don't let your head get too big. I think that's the point we're all trying to make here, Adam.
Now.
Adam, we got to keep moving, man. We got a big show. We got to fill it all in.
He was in Camp Lake Pleasant.
Oh, is that when the kids run the camp?
Everybody knows that one. No, it's like a horror movie.
Was he older?
This is the most recent movie for him. Yeah.
Or was he popping out of the
2024. He's 34 years old now.
He's popping out of the woods saying, the human head's 8 pounds. And everybody's like, run. It's the kid with the giant head from Jerry Maguire. He's trying to show us more than the money. Get him.
He didn't say that.
I would. What's going on, man?
I think I'll sit up like Ted and have great posture today.
That's one of my 2025
Is
to-dos.
Am I doing it right?
Well, I'm just trying to stay close to this mic, trying to eat this mic.
Slay.
I'm trying to slay on this mic.
Lumberjack. Slay, brawny man.
Well, we are wearing our flannels, and Adam, you did give me this flannel.
I did.
Remember?
From Costco, yes. I remember. I got the same one upstairs.
Man, it feels good, man.
You know, I would have looked at that table. They have a table of like deals, cheap shirts for
Really?
guys who shop there and need to get Christmas presents. And I avoid it a lot of times because it's right in the main entrance. I take the back way, you know. I get in there and I go right.
You do the perimeters.
Yeah, I stay to the outside. I only send the kids into the middle.
That's where all the people are.
Where the action is. We need 2 bottles of vodka. Go, go, go.
To the kids.
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Their hands can just kind of weave through the crowd.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that little girl with the 2 giant bottles.
Hey, should we help that little girl? And then I should...
No, we should help her parents, whoever's going to send this little girl on errands.
Ted, you just can't buy alcohol. What's wrong with sending them to get it?
I don't think they should be touching the stuff.
You know, some people actually would help them. They'd say, what, your daddy needs this?
Only 2, little girl?
Right. There's 3 children. That means he needs 3 of these $12.99 bottles of vodka.
Let me ask you this, because I'm a Sam's Club guy. We all know this. But why is it at these membership establishment warehouses? There's all these people like trying to get you to buy more stuff, like the phone guy.
Yeah.
But they do this at Walmart too.
Sure.
You know, they come in and they bombard you in the middle of the aisle, and you're just trying to zip through there.
Mm-hmm.
Or at Walmart, and you're like, I don't have cable.
Didn't I tell you that guy who's trying to sell me our family phone plan? I was like, no, dude, no.
They get hold of one of your kids first.
That's like the worst thing to do, you know? Why would you want to do it in the middle of your shopping event?
Right. I'm at Walmart, and I want to somehow stay longer and get caught up longer into the aisles. Can someone help me out?
At Sam's Club, do they do like on the way out of Costco, they have air conditioner people.
Really?
Selling air conditioners.
Like outside in the van, in the parking lot?
And you try not to be rude, but don't you dare make eye contact with those people.
I was leaving a CVS recently, and there was like, I don't even know what it was. I didn't want to make any eye contact. I just knew there was a table there.
Okay. Didn't want to donate.
There was a table there. They wanted you to buy something. No, these were like little salespeople.
Okay.
But they're young, you know, it's their first job, I'm sure. One girl had like a little earbud in, like a, you know, headphone in.
Okay.
So of course I'm shopping and keeping an eye out for the exit, you know, trying to like plan it out to leave with like, you know, taking like sacrifice. So another shopper.
You pushed a shopper into their vicinity
and just kept
ran
running
to your car?
No, I just was like trying to time it out. And so this woman was keeping him occupied.
Excuse me, sir?
There was 2 people at the table. This woman was trying to come at me, but she had her little headphone in so late that she caught me like as I was like free outside the door.
Was the headphone to someone off-site who was like, get that guy, tall guy, get him.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
And they were giving instructions?
I just kept...
I have another idea.
Okay.
Was it John Quinones in the van? And maybe he's like, okay,
great.
say something racist.
Or he's like, yeah, I'll get him now. He didn't want to donate to a charitable cause.
Right. Do you watch that show with John Quinones?
What would you do? What would you do?
Yes.
What do what?
If you haven't seen the show, it's pretty much like Practical Jokers, except the Practical Joker is
with morals.
John Gionis.
Yeah.
And
This is good, Adam.
he says he gives directions and everything, and then he reacts, and they just watch him. You know, there's someone in another room,
and then the people
watching him.
Either
he's like, "Oh, that's so nice. That's nice," and then he comes out and says, "Hey, do you know who I am?"
yeah. You know why I'm here? It kind of has a little To Catch a Predator vibe to it too.
Absolutely.
So
I think it's the same network, right?
Yeah.
Sneaky shows.
I don't think Chris Hansen works for Dateline anymore.
Oh.
I think he does that in his spare time now.
It's a hobby for him?
Just has...
Catching predators?
What are we doing here?
Fishing, golfing?
But back to what would you do? It usually happens like at a restaurant or, obviously a public setting. And what's the scenario, Adam?
Well, the one I saw, there was a couple. They were in St. Louis, first off.
Boo. Rude people, the home of rude people, I'm sure.
They were at a booth, okay? And so there's a person. It was like a one seat here facing the other seat, like you're on a date, and then a little divider, and then another, same
very intimate, over so that everybody can hear.
Right. That's what they wanted. And so on this first
what
date,
a posh spot.
The fake couple,
John
the actors, are on a date, and they're like, "You're beautiful," and he starts like using racial characteristics to describe his date.
BBLs are beautiful.
Yeah, like bad enough that see everybody's reaction to what happens.
Right.
And then finally. Are both the actors like not supposed to be into it? She's like, "Oh, that's really offensive, and it's our first date." And the guy's like, "Whatever, I gotta piss," and he gets up. And then everybody at the other table's like, "You gotta leave him. You gotta walk out on this date right now. It's awful." And she's like, "But how do I do that?" So like, "Just go
right now. This is your chance. Leave."
Yeah.
If he comes back and you're still here, it's your fault. Whatever happens next.
So then they comes back, of course. Like, send him back in. And
hurry.
He runs out and he sits down and he says some more terrible stuff. And the people intervene. They're like, "Hey, bud, that's not cool," or whatever. And he's like, "Whatever, pay for your own meal.
I gotta piss again.
Once I piss, I'm out of here."
Deuces.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. But when people stick up for the person who's, an actor.
Why'd you do that?
John Gionis, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice." He's in the back room. "That's so nice. Oh, okay, I'm going out. Hi, everyone.
Do you know who I am?
This is all fake. I'm John Gionis."
There's no nice people here. There's got to be a point when stuff happens in your day-to-day, then... You're like, this has got to be...
A show?
This has got to be a show.
Yeah. Do you step in?
I never step in. You know that. I never make eye contact.
The next scenario...
I don't like talking to people in public.
Yeah. Of course not. Who does?
No one. I think we were taught that very young as children.
Just get in and out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in there forever. My goodness.
Oh my gosh!
We had to go to Joann's. Have you ever been to Joann's Fabric?
Joann's? No.
It's not Jolene's. It's Joann's.
I might have been there a couple times in my day. Sure.
Well, at Joann's, I'm not familiar. It's not my.
You went to a mega Joann's
domain. What do you mean?
You went to that one on Berry Road, local reference. It's a big store.
It's a huge store. It's
not just one of these
fabric people, right?
Right.
But that's where you should go if you need that type of stuff.
If you need fabric, you need
someone's taking sewing class or whatever they call it, and they have to get certain things, right? So we go in there, and it was like a bomb went off. I don't know what happened.
Was it a big sale or something?
Well, I don't know is it supposed to look like that all the time? I have no idea. There's it's just like Dollar General, where they got shit all in the aisles, and the counters and the shelves are bare, but they, everything's in boxes, and they're trying to restock, and there's only 2 people working there, and one of them's cutting fabric, and she's like, just talking so much. Just cut the fat, There's a whole system here, I guess. You got to wait in line.
She was like,
They have to cut it. I was like, just give me the scissors. I'll cut it. They make you pull a number.
they don't like that.
No, not at all. Because they don't fuck up the rest of the fabric, People probably treat it
This is
like
why Walmart's
shit.
getting rid of that stuff.
They have that? At
Walmart used to have, remember the cut by measure and you go back there.
There's no one ever back there.
There's no one back there. They got rid of it.
Yeah.
What? Got rid of it.
I know why. It's
Who
awful.
shows?
It's the worst. I was there for an hour.
We
got a number. The number says 120 on it. The thing says now serving 15. So I was like,
no one uses
I
this.
am in a panic at that point. Like, are you serious?
But no one's there?
I was like, this cannot be right.
Our people
They're
are
not
there.
using the numbering system. Something. So I leaned over some other lady who's waiting. I said, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's going on? How do we get out of here? And she said, they're just reading the first two numbers. Or the last two numbers. I don't know. We were 20.
Oh, so 5 people back.
Right. We get up there. Not enough fabric. Start all over.
The 5 people before you picked the same fabric you wanted?
No.
Oh.
They roll it all out, and you got to have 3 yards of it. She's like, it's 2.5.
What are you getting fabric for again? Kid stuff.
She needed to do it for school. She's going to make pants. It was flannel.
Oh.
Matter of fact.
Well, flannel's going and...
They roll it out.
Roll out.
Not enough. Start
Roll
over
it
the
up.
whole process.
Got to find new flannel.
It's like taking a 14-year-old through the store to make decisions.
No. Well,
They get the fabric, and it
I know
takes
how
forever.
I did when I was 14, but...
Then they get the thread that has to match the fabric. So now you've made those long, painful choices, and you go up there and say, not enough. Go get another
Tell her to
fucking
make
number. No, wait.
flannel shorts.
You know what? Go do it again. Start over. It's like a bad football coach.
Line it up.
Go pick yourself
Again.
out another piece of fabric. And then thread to match that. And then grab another number. This time it's 32.
Oh my gosh. What time of day you going?
It's just like that, I
Sounds
guess.
like you went on arts and craft day.
It did say something about a blowout
Blowout.
weekend or something.
Well, I'm glad you survived it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get so worked up about that. But I'll never go back. I told everybody.
Well, maybe you'll get the pants out of it. You can have a whole...
We're going to need more fabric.
We're going to need more fabric.
I got long legs.
I wish my name was Rick.
What?
So I can be Fab Rick.
What?
That's fabulous, Rick.
Your first name's going to be Fab?
You're Fab Rick.
And your last name, Rick. Mr.
Fab.
Rick.
You're absolutely fab, Rick.
All
Remember
right.
Absolutely Fabulous? With those 2 women, they were British. And they were just absolutely fabulous.
It's a good show. I think they brought it back.
What was the premise? They were sisters?
I think they were just friends.
They were just drunkards?
It was kind of like Broad City.
I never saw that either.
Are you serious?
I don't have cable. Like,
Ted.
I don't have...
Hulu.
I kind of got rid of Hulu.
What? You're
Yeah.
on my Hulu.
I am?
You got rid of my Hulu?
I got rid of my Hulu. No, I have I have a whole bunch of student accounts.
You're stealing from your... What?
No, you use your student email and you get like the student discounted rate. But
okay.
Netflix doesn't have that.
Oh, they won't let that happen?
Let the record show that I gave an audible eye roll to that.
Eyes went from here all the way across the top and over into...
I'm looking
over
for
there.
all the deals, man.
But Netflix says, no, homeboy, you're not a student.
They don't do, they don't
Or
do
just don't
promotional things. They say, hey, we know what we got going on here. Take it or leave it. Flannel or leave it.
Wait.
We're the Bash Bros.
Shoot. Thought we did this.
Home run.
All right, start it over. I want to make sure we get that high five right. I meant the whole sode. Get a number. You're back in line.
This is a mini-sode of the Ted and Adam talk for 20 minutes. For a quarter of the time.
All right, Ted, I know you're dying to talk about it. What did the Chiefs do?
We even get into it really before the our last sode, because, you know, that would be the last sode before the first playoff game. And usually, I'm sure, you know, going back to the TNA archives, we always talk about playoff nerves as fans and getting into that mode. But I guess since you know we've been there so often, and that we've you know, the Chiefs secured a first round bye, you know, well
2 weeks before the season was over.
Right. So we haven't seen a lot of the starters play, which kind of made me even more nervous about the game.
Sure.
But this is actually the first game that I was working at, being an employee of the Chiefs for a Chiefs playoff game. I've been to plenty of Chiefs playoff games. Not plenty, but...
Getting paid to be nervous.
Getting paid to be nervous. Getting mad when people are making me do my job while the game's going on.
Yeah. Shut.
Yeah.
Hang on. Stare down.
My favorite, though, is when people come back and they say they're running back from the bathroom and they're putting their overalls back on and doing all this stuff and well, how did we get on the? How did we get that last first down? And
they're asking you.
Yeah, and they're trying to like walk. You know, I'm like telling them as they're walking by me. I'm like, Xavier Worthy took a little swing pass. They got out there and blocked for him real quick.
He hit the hole,
and it was a first down. But yeah, a little different feel, being that I was there at the game working, and I'm just getting ready for game day, just like those guys in the locker room. You know, I took a couple weeks off. My last home game was
charging up, resting your body
in December when we played the Texans,
right,
in the regular season there. So.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. So you just came right back for the same team.
Yeah.
Weird. Wait,
but it's the playoffs, so it's a little bit different.
Those people who went to the bathroom and then they were asking you about what happened, didn't they hear it on the radio in the bathroom?
Well, there's another thing. You know, I'm there listening to the fans, hearing their complaints or suggestions.
Okay.
And there was a lot of talk of the radio being too low in the bathroom. Oh. But, you know, when everybody's all covered up and have their headgear on and stuff.
They all had earmuffs on?
Yeah. Maybe they just couldn't hear it too hard.
What?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just blast it, you know. But, yeah, fun fact, though, Adam. With the Royals going to the playoffs and working, I got to work my first Royals playoff games, and actually attend my first Royals playoff games. Never went to any before those games last season, and then work at a Chiefs playoff game. So a lot of emotions going into the work day, you know, as a fan and a member of the Chiefs myself. You know,
sure,
really laying it down for the team, making sure everybody was in their seats, ready to go.
Yeah. Do you ever get to see the players walk in their outfits?
No. I do see like the national anthem being rehearsed.
Oh.
And then did you get to watch any of the
kind of cool
pregame activities like the national anthem or anything on the telecast?
I think they did the anthem.
Giant flag out, like, you know, like a big parachute in the 5th grade.
Sure, that's fun.
I say 5th grade because you need to be older to hold on to this giant flag.
Did they throw some like Nerf balls on it and pop them? Popcorn!
Pop. That was like the Spangled Banner.
And they're like, hey, everybody, let's get underneath it.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was a lot of trouble putting it back up. You know, like there's like lots of
some bubbles.
Lots of you know, Macy's Day Parade-esque mumbles and jumbles. Yeah. Lots of dislocated shoulders and.
I sent the card out there to grab some people.
Pick them all up. But
it was cold too.
It was cold. It was a chilly game, Adam, and we had some weather before the game. The game was on a Saturday, but that Thursday and Friday were like pretty nice, like up in the 40s. We just got out of the
50s.
finally got some
50s one day.
Yeah, we got out of the snow. Got some snow melting in the area finally.
Sure.
I did want to bring this up as I was pulling into the TNA house studios.
Let's not. I know what you're going to say.
How,
okay, go on.
Let's
hear it from Ted.
There's no snow in your yard. How'd you do that? Adam paid for snow removal in his yard. He said, "Get rid of this stuff."
Dude,
every other yard has snow in it except Adam's. I'm just talking about the grassy part. Yeah, huh?
I'll tell you how. This is easy. This. Once you think about it, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah." Kids.
Oh.
They stomp around in it.
I'm stomping around.
And they play in it. And then once it makes a little hole and the sun hits the grass,
it's done.
Oof, that stuff starts to come off.
So they did it.
It's a gentle little ecosystem. You ever heard the term global warming, Ted?
Moving on. No, seriously, folks. Let's cut down the use of your hairspray.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Okay.
But that makes sense, right? I thought you were going to criticize that I still had a piece of ice at the bottom of the driveway only. No. And that's because you should have seen what they did with their plows.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry to bring this up. Adam worked hard on his yard and his landscaping and his mailbox.
They didn't clear the yard.
They got your mailbox pretty good.
Yeah, they bushed it over.
Do we need to have a call for action to anybody who had a plow run into their mailbox?
I was just happy that he was like, I don't know what it's on, but it's pliable. I just went and set it back up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I thought that once the snow melted, it was just going to...
You got one of them Rubbermaids.
Hit the ground, but it didn't. Yeah, man, sweet. Everybody's laughing at me. Days, it's been crooked for...
Yeah. I just moved in and this guy can't keep his mailbox straight. We're a better move. Honey.
I believe that's a federal offense.
Call the realtor. We're getting out of here. This guy can't keep his... Got ice at the bottom of his driveway. Mailbox all crooked.
So what?
Anyway, it's all cold. No, it's warm. And then it kept saying this weekend it's going to be cold. It's going to get really cold. It's going to be dangerously cold.
That's right.
And then like the forecast and the NFL games were either on Saturday or Sunday. Mm-hmm. And a lot of trying to look back at years past to see like when the one seeds played, to see when the game was going to be Saturday or Sunday. And we lucked out because Sunday was colder than Saturday, right? By a little bit.
Starting on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, it dipped.
Right,
but it was kind of sunny.
Right during the game, didn't it get cold?
Sure. We get these electric jackets, and I usually have just been, you got to check them out every game. You got to go down there and get it from the wardrobe folks.
Yeah.
And luckily, I've been, my travels of working in schools of, mm-hmm. different places in the district.
You know someone.
I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
So you just
so everybody's like, "Hey, are you Mr. Man? Yeah.
Give him a coat that works."
Right. Here's what and I joined midway through the season, so I probably missed the orientation on how to start your jacket up. But one time it was a Sunday night game. I tried the jacket on. I got the battery because then that's the whole other checkout process. You get the jacket, then you have to get in another line to get the battery. And it's well, sometimes it's like, I'll just take the jacket. I'll be okay this time. But I got the battery. The first time I got the battery, you press a little button and it lights up, and it's like, okay, I'm assuming it's on, but it kept turning off. I was like, well, what the hell? So then when I turned it back in, I was like, telling him you might want, this battery wasn't really working right. It kept turning off on me. Well, that's because you have an on-off switch on the other side of the jacket in the other pocket. I was like, oh.
They didn't tell you that.
They didn't tell me that.
You didn't get the walkthrough on that.
I didn't get the walkthrough on that. So
in your excitement, you were flipping your heat off.
Mm-hmm. So then I got
First down.
So I got my jacket this on playoff weekend, and I got it all working. I don't know if it
Did
really
it work?
worked.
Was it toasty?
It was warm. Then, like, they give you, they are always throwing hand warmers at you, and
Really?
And my supervisor gave me these feet warmers.
Oh yeah.
They're like insoles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's it fit?
And so like he was passing them out, no one was taking them. I'll take one, whatever. I don't know, make him feel bad.
Whatever.
Everyone took my heat pads.
Nobody wanted those. I would think they would definitely.
I took them. Well, I'm sure everybody had them on, or already
double them up.
So I take them, and I trying to do this outside in the concourse. My hands are freezing, like
You
putting
took
them
your
on.
shoes off, like outside.
Took my shoes off, and I was trying to because it's like either you unwrap them or there's also like the ones that are the hot hands, but they're like pretty much that like sticky, and you can stick them on your sock.
Okay.
Like that, but these are like insoles.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like pulled them out, and I was trying to like shake them up, and then nothing was like shaking or whatever. So then I just like stuck them in my shoes real quick, and I was really quick about it because my hands were. I was like, you have to take off your gloves to do anything.
Sure.
You can't like take your.
You're getting cold.
So I put them back in and
jammed them in there.
You're just you're just trying to make it through the game, and at certain points I'm between two walls, so it's not terribly windy through there, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But every time you had to go down to it was chilly.
Yeah.
But then the game gets going, and the
really
blood starts pumping.
Cover your face or anything. Do you have a hat on?
I got two hats on. I got a couple hoods on.
Okay.
Just but it was fun being out there with the people.
Do the people slow down, or do they get more worked up when it's cold because they think they're all bundled up? They're like,
there's not a lot of spatial awareness.
They're bumping into each other.
You can't hear. You got your earmuffs on. You got your.
Are they drunker? Just because you'd have to be pretty drunk to be out there. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, it is a football game, and
got to be drunk enough to sit out in the cold.
Right.
I would think.
A lot of late arrivals, which I was very nervous about.
Yeah.
Apparently there was issues getting into the stadium because not all the ticket taker things are working, and
oh no, really?
Just a bad scene, and I'm sure people are just waiting till the last minute anyway.
Really? So
to get in.
They're kind of.
But we were on offense first, so it's okay if we're not too loud.
We had a heck of a run back. Remember?
Right, and it got fumbled.
And then he fumbled, and then we got it though.
And then the guy was so mad. He was so pumped up that he caused the fumble.
Mm-hmm.
You watch that John Boy online, the guy who does
John Boy, yeah,
lip reading and all that. Mm-hmm. He did a whole thing on that.
On that one, did he?
Where he took it back, and the guy. So the guy who he got blocked, he was about to make the tackle, on the kickoff return, 17.
Yeah.
He gets blocked right when he is trying to make the play. So he that's the block that sprung the big return to kick off the game, right?
Okay.
So then doesn't give up on the play, and he's sprinting to make up for it, taking the angle, and then gets there to make the tackle.
Uh-huh.
Strips the ball, and he just saw the strip and just assumed that they got it.
Yeah.
So he is pumped up.
Immediately celebrating.
And he goes off to the sideline and immediately goes to his special teams coach and shoves him yeah, man, I did it, dude. I did what he get, he gets so fired up in your brain.
Is that how you read it? I thought they were totally.
No, this is how John Boy read it.
Okay, go ahead.
And the coach is gets pushed, and the guy's like, "What are you doing? You just cost us a penalty." He slows it down, and they're yelling at each other.
Yeah, he was going off on him.
Yeah. I thought he was going off on him, he called the incorrect kickoff coverage, I told you not to call that. It broke for a big return.
I had assumed that the coach already yelled at him, and he was like, "You get out here and play in this 22-degree weather."
He was so pumped, he, on the field, threw off his helmet. I saw the flag, and I was freaking out about the fumble at first, and then I'm freaking out that it was a hole back there, like somewhere. But then I saw the helmet fly off his head, and they called it right there.
I didn't realize that they had called a penalty. The announcers sucked.
Whoa, Adam.
They did.
It was an ABC ESPN production with the Monday Night Football crew.
I just found the jumble. Yeah.
Troy Aikman.
And Joe Buck.
Joe Buck. Everybody loves Joe Buck.
Who? Really?
No.
He does not care for us. And neither does Troy Aikman.
I feel like that's their MO.
I've never heard commentators be like, oh, come on.
Supposed to be impartial, huh?
Well, yeah, just call the game.
Just call the game.
Shut up.
Shut up and do it.
Quit slurping on jelly sickles and call the game, Troy.
Well, yeah. Troy Aikman's got sour grapes because he was all very, call me when he has half the titles I do or whatever.
I know.
Now he's like,
bad. You had to eat that, didn't you, Troy?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that. But he still continues to say stuff. It's like he's even, disagreeing with the refs. And I thought that was against the commentators. I thought they weren't supposed to do that either.
Did they do this when the Patriots were doing their dynasty? Like talking about Tom Brady getting all the roughing the passer calls.
Oh, they loved Tom Brady.
I'm just glad I don't have to listen to most of those commentators.
I can't think of anybody who was negative against Tom Brady.
I can't.
As far as commentating.
Anyway.
He is getting some calls. Okay. We didn't used to get those calls. Sometimes they make those bad calls, especially with quarterbacks.
Here's the other. Patrick Mahomes is the star, one of the stars, if not the star of the NFL, right? You want your stars in for the playoffs. Also, the other part of this is Houston had a linebacker that got suspended in the middle of the season for lighting up Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yes.
So, of course, they're going to be very...
they look for it.
They're going to be...
They say this guy might do it again.
Proactive, yeah. Because he, had another tackle that was questionable in their first playoff game, where he was, tackling and, punched... I mean, you can always say you're punching for the ball, but he punched the dude right in the head like he was, trying to knock him out.
And did they call it that time?
No.
Yeah. And so, but they go back and they look at it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they're trying to get better. They try to get better week to week.
The officiating?
Yeah. But they mess up. And it was obvious that, in fact, the one that we got where Patrick just kind of falls down before they
slid?
Crush over the top of him. When they threw the flag, I was like, don't do that. Don't call that. I said I don't want to hear people gripe about it. The whole stadium said, oh, and that's part of the reason. The ref's like, look it up.
Well, it is like a broken play where Patrick dropped the snap. Is it that one, right? It was that one.
I don't know. And
then he just kind of rolled out, and then he kind of
he needs to be a little more careful, I would say, because those guys, one of these times they're going to land a hit.
Yes.
So don't do that shit. If you're going to go out of bounds, just run over there and go out of bounds. And I bet he thought of that by now. I bet he watched the tape and said, okay, maybe I shouldn't. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't.
But after a rusty start, I guess,
I think they're all right. They just,
Well, when you get a big return to start the game off and you're at the plus 30 or whatever they were.
Absolutely. Get a touchdown there, right?
Well, yeah, but you're opening, every coach has an opening drive or something. So that kind of changed it up. Not saying that they shouldn't have done better, but Texans were ready to play.
Do you think that changed the script? You don't think they just started on one from that spot in the field? You just thought?
I think it would.
You do?
Personally?
Well, I'm curious. So you think they have these deep balls called or something? They're like, well, now we're on the 30 going in. We can't throw.
Kind of. I think the defense kind of changes maybe at that end of the field.
Button it up, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. They were like, well, we got to stop them. And they did. They held us to a field goal. That's what the TV wants.
It was very.
I don't want to see us go off the rails.
It was. A couple field goals to start off for the Chiefs. The Texans got one. It was 6-3 for a while.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Then we got a touchdown late in the half. Made it 13-6 at halftime.
That was the Kareem Hunt one?
Yep. Then the Chiefs come out. No, the Texans come out with the ball in the second half, and they go on a long drive, 10-minute plus drive in the third quarter. Enough to get Teddy's little heart racing and thinking bad things.
What happened there?
And
what happened at the end of that drive?
Joe Mixon touchdown.
Okay.
They just kind of like.
But then they missed an extra point.
Dinked and doinked, and somehow they missed an extra point. Again, this happened in the first matchup.
It did?
Tank Dell broke his leg and exploded a knee.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like a 30-minute delay, and then the kicker missed the field goal.
That's right.
But so Chiefs are still leading by 1, 13-12. Immediately after getting back into the game, scoring a touchdown by the Texans, Chiefs go on a scoring drive of their own, marked by a big
Travis Kelce play. Or was
that was the first touchdown with the.
My bad.
Playoff Kelce's back. He's like a young man. He's feeling 22.
He scored on the end of that drive that you're talking about.
Yes, when Patrick Mahomes was falling down, about to get sacked, and was parallel to the ground and somehow got enough on it to get it to Travis Kelce, who now sits alone with 9 playoff games over 100 yards receiving. With that game, over Jerry Rice.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
And Joe Montana just got passed up for quarterback playoff wins.
Wow.
Just exciting things.
Just be in history, okay?
Well, so the Chiefs score there, making it 20-12. And then
we got
the defense really just came.
Sack Nation was like, what's up?
Yeah, eight quarterback sacks for the Chiefs. 4 different players had sacks. George Karlaftis had 3. Wow. Just bonkers numbers.
They didn't turn it over otherwise, did they? Did they fumble?
No. Made up for a crazy stat because I think the Texans outgained the Chiefs by like 100 yards.
Right.
Had no turnovers.
Sure. But we held them to.
And maybe not even
field goals.
Did they punt? Or they went for it a couple
times? No,
they
had to punt because I remember.
I just don't remember punt returner having any punt returns.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Fair caught everything after he fumbled the first person. But the Chiefs end up winning. It was ended up having a lot of fun stuff. Bad bet though, a bad beat there. Do you want to get into that? So let me start.
Okay.
The line on the game, the Chiefs were up favorites by 8.5 points to start the week. Then the night before, on like Friday night, it turned into 9 points.
Is that right?
Then by Saturday morning, it was 9.5.
Why? What was changing it?
I don't know. Joe Mixon's.
Just money? There's supposed to be a reason.
There should be, probably money going either way.
In the game, though, there's supposed to be a reason.
Towards the end of the game, Chiefs are up 2 scores. They're up by 11. Okay, 23-12.
That's right.
So just with the time worked out, they didn't have enough time to kneel it.
Got to punt it.
And so they can't kneel on a 4th down. They give the Texans the ball like at the 10-yard line or whatever they were at.
Yeah, going in, yeah.
So you get in punt formation. But as we all know, special teams, crazy things can happen. A bad snap over the punter's head. He goes and tries to catch it.
The
punt gets blocked. It's a touchdown. It's a quick touchdown. You don't want these quick touchdowns. Okay? So he went and caught the punt. Immediately turns around and runs in the end zone, but trying to take as much time as possible.
Killed a bunch of time running on the.
And as soon as before he gets tackled, he just runs out of the back of the end zone. Safety. Yeah. So it made it 23-12, 9 points, meaning that if you bet the Chiefs to cover,
23-14.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or the other way around, where you wanted the Texans to get at least 9.5 points close.
Right.
So it's probably the other way around, but just crazy. So
You
that
think they
gave
did that on purpose? Some people think that's just like Vegas calling it in.
Well, there is a lot of talk out there about how.
Would you have done that if you were a coach? Take the safety?
I guess.
Because that's the coaching book.
The other thing he could have done there, but I can see not wanting to make Patrick go out there and scramble around and just chuck it up in the air. Like, just go out there and then just throw it as high as he could to see if he can, like, let the time go down.
There was not. If there was less time, maybe. But that was way too much.
There was,
time.
like
a minute.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, maybe
it was
like
quite
40.
a bit. He took it all the way down as much as he could. Yeah, or...
So that made it 9 points. Still a 2-score game.
And at that point, what's his name? CJ was limping.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I thought maybe he did that on purpose so that he wouldn't have to come back out there. You know what I mean? If you, I don't know. I guess it doesn't help. Take more time off, but...
Who's not coming back out there? C.J. Stroud?
Stroud, when at that point in the game,
he
it
was
looked like
walking.
he was hurting.
Yeah, he was walking.
They were helping him off the field. But he always, whatever. I don't know. We won, thank goodness.
Chiefs end up winning, moving on to their 7th straight AFC championship.
Do you feel guilty?
No. I was watching some old clips, and they were talking about our first win in 20 plus years when we beat Houston with Alex Smith.
Yes.
30-0. Prior to that, we lost 8 playoff games in a row.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Never apologize for this run.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, I got pretty emotional at kickoff. Just like, here we go. This is great. This is fun.
That we are at home, and it's already the divisional round.
Yeah, and Patrick's undefeated during this round, and
I don't know, but we're also pretty overconfident as a fan base.
But I know those players. They're
ready.
It's like a different level, man.
They're just waiting around for this time of year.
That's right.
Yeah.
They act like the regular season's like preseason. They might even play this game as a preseason game.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because next week versus Buffalo now.
Oof.
There's, Andy Reid's, we've played Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying he's got something doctored up?
I think, this is the game you don't hold anything back.
Yeah.
Right?
And I absolutely believe that. I think he's the type of guy to, even if...
You're on the forefront of this.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying, Andy doesn't ever show anything,
Yeah.
He holds some things back.
Sure.
Especially if you're playing him and you're going to see him
that's how
again.
you have to win in the NFL.
Yeah.
Everybody can scout and look at your film, and if you have to play him earlier in the season, for absolutely.
So you just gotta.
And that's
we got a day rest on these guys. Buffalo and the Ravens battled it out in Buffalo for the right to play the Chiefs at the. Oh yeah, well at least in prep.
Yeah, our guys.
And a day of recovery.
Had 26 days off or something
before
this game. So, do we get anybody hurt?
I don't believe so. Not any. There was a collision that was pretty nasty towards the end of the game where I think Watson and Watson
Cook.
and Reed.
Oh yeah,
hit each other pretty
but
hard.
Reed came back out there. He was blocking field goals.
That's true. He came off the edge.
He didn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it though on the broadcast.
Everybody thought he did. Yeah.
And I said, "Nah, baby, that's Leo's big hand."
That guy
again.
Leo's a freaking Leo Chanel of the Chiefs is like, hey, I love football. That's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
What the hell? That was it?
I mean, he, yeah.
You want to tell us about how bad the those 8 hours that TikTok was out for you?
They were awful.
What'd you do, man? I thought of you.
You did?
Yeah.
TikTok Ted is dead.
I thought about you and.
But then a hero comes along.
Jesus.
No, not him.
Who?
TikTok, boom. I tell you who was really upset about it. Ketcha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Lots of, wake up in the morning feeling like who? Yuck.
Like who?
TikTok, don't stop.
Oh.
She's 0 for 2 on that song, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talking about P. Diddy.
Oh, what'd she say?
Wake up, that's how that song starts. Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. And then TikTok was gone. You didn't see that TikTok?
I don't have it.
Don't stop TikTok, hear your mama, don't
I said
stop.
I don't have it. I get all my news from other garbage social media applications.
Right. We are of a different age. I don't know, like, I don't know. I never really got TikTok either.
You get too. You send me TikToks all the time. I gotta put them into a different file format and then watch them.
I had probably like a TikTok week where I thought I was going to really set the TikTok scene ablaze. You know?
We all did.
We are. Yeah, that stinks, man.
So did you just get rid of it, or you don't look at it anymore?
No, I got rid of it because I thought I heard something about, people like getting their identity stolen and just bad stuff.
What'd you hear about that? On TikTok?
TikTok, don't stop. But the best part about it is it's back.
Yeah, so now all your stuff's gone, huh?
You have to restart your TikTok?
You're going to be able to get it now. That's what I heard. Trust me, my kids know all about it. Why is he doing that?
Oh, man.
Did you watch that Rappin' Roseanne clip I sent you?
Yeah, Adam's been on a real big,
What'd you think?
Roseanne has been a huge topic on the podcast for several years now. It's been a running theme throughout the podcast. I got several texts over the weekend. Adam was in the midst of a Roseanne bender, a marathon of Roseanne facts and factoids.
Can I clarify here?
A very special Roseanne episode or two, I guess.
That's just a Thursday night at my house, okay?
Where is it? Where are they playing this?
On somewhere all the time. You're not using your digital satellite good enough.
I guess not, man. Adam turned me on to it.
4 episodes in a row.
I would love to hear a little harmonica going on in the background.
He's good. The early episodes.
One doesn't give
It's really a funny show. It's very relatable.
So Adam's texting me questions like, what episodes are... This is with Aunt Jackie getting out of the shower and yelling at Roseanne, telling her to get out.
No, I know exactly what happened.
Because her boyfriend was beating her.
Yes.
On a very... What was that George Clooney?
No.
What was the guy's name?
That wasn't...
What was the guy's name?
Shush, I'm going to tell you. Because one of them's name's Booker and the other one's named...
She had 2 boyfriends that beat her?
No, George Clooney didn't beat her. Jesus.
I think there was 2 different guys that beat her, yeah.
No.
Anyway. Beat her right into a rap. Made Roseanne rap about it. For crying out loud.
I'd rather talk about classic Roseanne than the rap.
I know.
Roseanne.
We here at the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast only remember Roseanne during the luncheon, the lunchbox days.
Yeah, anything post lunchbox, I'm out.
Wait a minute. Well, the show the new Roseanne ends up in my reels all the time, and it has like this little.
What's it called? The Connors.
It has this like little flowery music behind it, and it's like William H. Macy comes back in to Dan's life.
What?
He's like playing an old high school classmate of Dan's, you know.
Fisher's the other guy.
Fisher and Booker.
Fisher's
What do you do?
loser.
I'm a librarian. I'm Booker. What do you do? Fisher?
Jackie's abusive boyfriend.
Which one?
Fisher.
Or Booker? Anyway. But it was Darlene who saw Jackie beaten and bruised.
Yes.
In the shower?
So, Jackie comes over, and Roseanne's like, you need to change. We're going to go see a movie or something.
Get your mind off of
Something
Fisher.
like it's going to be faster. Or no, I don't know. Just go change. And Jackie's like, fine, I'll go see if I can borrow a shirt from Darlene.
Yes,
And she goes up
ringing
there,
a bell.
and Darlene walks in on her, and she thinks it's DJ. Remember, she's chasing
DJ, get out of here.
DJ with a water gun. No, Darlene's looking for DJ, and she's like, freeze worm, and she's like, Aunt Jackie, what's wrong with your back?
Right.
So she says, close the door, close the door.
You little bitch.
No.
Oh.
No. And then Darlene comes
Jackie.
downstairs and says to Roseanne,
Sorry, Darlene, you
What's
scared
wrong?
the hell out of me.
no, but after this is before, what's wrong with Aunt Jackie's back?
Oh, right.
And then Roseanne's like, what? And then that part.
Sorry, Darlene, you scared the heck out of me.
Right.
Right?
And then she's like,
I thought you were my abusive boyfriend, Fisher.
Roseanne's
Back to
like,
finish the job.
what's on your neck?
Ah!
And then she's like, lifts her shirt up. Darlene, go upstairs.
We're not going to the movies anymore.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Strip her nude in the kitchen?
Ted, this is not funny. Okay? Strip her nude in the kitchen. I just couldn't remember at what point in that episode she says, close the door. Because I missed it. I
This is
tuned
back
in
when-
right as Roseanne was.
This is back when Roseanne had a heart.
Yep. And then she goes over there and she threatens Fisher. No, this is the scene where Dan grabs his coat right when he hears that. He's like,
And just-
what's going on?
And you didn't know, and you hear the door, and you hear his truck just taking off.
All
And
you see
everyone's
is
like,
him.
"Oh."
He grabs his coat, yeah, and he starts to go out the back door, and the whole audience goes, oh,
Yeah.
Dan's going to take care of business.
Just like Dan has the whole time. Always taking care of Jackie.
Yeah, of course. Why is that weird?
You got me into this again.
It's a good show.
You should really keep up with the Connors on Reels.
And this one is where Dan has to explain to DJ, holy shit, why it's okay that he beat up Fisher.
How old's DJ? 10?
Little. This is
DJ doesn't care.
He says,
He loves Papa.
what happened? And I don't know. And he's like,
Because Fisher had a black eye?
no, because Dan gets arrested.
Oh, they come to his house. And then it's like Dan's buddies from high school. Like, sorry, Dan. Gotta
Exactly.
do this.
Yes, exactly. It's so funny because I just watched this like last night.
It's like a two-parter. They show consecutive
Sorry, Dan.
episodes.
You can bail him out. Just what you need to do right now, Rosie, is get down to the station right away. And they go, it's going to be about $100.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
This is like
and Dan's
92,
like-
93. Is he making? He was making jokes, right?
Yeah. He was being cool about it.
He's like, watch my knuckles, they're sore as hell.
And Roseanne tried to explain, no, it's because Jackie. He goes, I did it, let me handle it. But then he has to tell DJ, it's always, never ever hit a woman. Sometimes it's okay to hit a man that hit a woman.
Oh, DJ. Well, the Connors,
I'm trying to bring it back to the Connors, man.
because Dan's going through some hard times, and William H. Macy
Oh,
makes fun of Dan in front of all the friends down at his old watering hole,
the Lobo?
down at the Lobo.
Stop.
Because he's like, this guy I haven't seen in so long, and the first thing he asks me is for $1,000. And he just calls him out. We want to do that to you, TNAers. We're not going to call you out, but we will call you out telling you that this is the end of the sode.
Are you sleeping yet?
Are you all tucked up with your toes all warm? One sock on, one sock off to regulate your heat.
It's so cold out.
Keep them both wrapped up.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Keep them warm. Make sure you have all your toes when we come back.
Lay your flannels out for the morning.
And layer up with loose layers.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sweating in this cold.
That's right.
That'll freeze your sweat. But until next time, we'll talk to you later, or you can listen to us later. Right?
Yes, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Good night. Sleep tight.
Two brothers got a microphone, talking about stuff until the cows come home, laughing aloud, they'll never bore. They chat it up for 1 hour more. Ted and Adam talk for an hour. Every topic they devour. Stories, laughs they always bring. Moderately tall voices sing. From the mundane to the bizarre, they'll take you places near and far. With every word you feel the power. Let's tune in, it's their finest hour. Ted and Adam talk for an hour. Every talk